Dickow, we hope you out there have good bandwidth to begin with. Dan Dickow, what kind of game do you think we're going to have tonight?
It's going to be a physical battle. I think this game is going to be won in one of two areas. Who can control the tempo and who wins the glass? Both these teams really good at dominating the backboards. Boise State nearly +10 a game on the season.
Utah State swept Boise State last year, and they've won the last 4 meetings. That last meeting, 80-61 win here at the Spectrum. Utah State likes tempo. They want to run. They play a zone defense that has caused a lot of turnovers this year.
They create those turnovers through a unique changing of their zone defense. Boise State's going to have to solve that puzzle.
Gadaretsi wins the tip. This is Dayton Albury. It's a 3-guard look with Falsev and Ian Martinez in the backcourt. Albury probing. Boise State, one of the best defensive teams in the Mountain West. Andrew Meadow trying to stay with Ian Martinez. Shot clock down to 5. Albury in the lane, almost walked, got it off, and he scores.
Terrific on the gather through contact for Albury there. A lot of times players in that situation will try to create contact, get to the line, and Utah State starts in a little bit of a 1-3-1 where they'll change the alignment up top.
Anderson kicks. This is Degenhard. He's not had a great year shooting from distance. Cardenas has been a difference maker at point guard. Shot clock's at 5. Cardenas turns down the 3, and I'm not sure that shot got off in time. That looked like a violation, and it was. The crowd is so loud in here, you could not hear the buzzer on the shot clock.
You are right about that. It is loud early on here in the Spectrum. Terrific job in handing off cutters and containing dribble penetration, the first defensive possession for Utah State.
Broncos want to slow the roll. Albury again gets to the rim.
Mid pick and roll. Goes the screener up top, creating a wide open lane for Albury to take advantage.
Now this is a zone defense. It's got man principles. It's kind of a hybrid between the two. Let's see how the Broncos handle it. Meadow gets caught underneath and gets the ball back and scores. And yes, that's Andrew Meadow, who got a haircut today. And as he walked in the arena for practice without his glasses, nobody recognized him.
You and I even sat there and said, where's Andrew Meadow today during shoot-around? We didn't see the long locks.
Anderson, a turnaround jumper. Gadaretsi tips it back out. And Boise State with the ball. Chris Lockett Jr., the redshirt freshman. This is a relatively young team for Leon Rice.
Lockett, a freshman in his second start. Pearson Carmichael was planning on redshirting, then they decided to enter him in the game against UNLV at home the other night.
We've got Dylan Anderson, just a sophomore. Meadow, a sophomore. 13 on the shot clock. We're just underway. Great matchup in the Mountain West. Number 25, Utah State, and the Broncos of Boise State. Cardenas, the Spaniard. Degenhart spots up. Got the 3, and Boise State desperately needs to shoot better from 3. That's a good sign for the Broncos.
Big job, great job by Cardenas, making 2, guarding him up top. And on the catch, you've got to be prepared to make quick decisions, whether it's shot, swing it, or attack off the dribble.
Martinez whips it. Albury. Gadaretsi goes right by and dunks.
Terrific keep on the dribble handoff for Gadaretsi. Shoots nearly 75% from the field on the season. That's a ridiculous number.
That's a tough catch for Meadow on the pass from Lockett.
Well, we get another look at it. Attack to a dribble handoff, senses the defense is out of position, turns the corner. Well, you're going to shoot nearly 75% when you finish at the rim like he does.
A lot of mid-major transfers on this Utah State team, and 3 of them are from the Atlantic Sun Conference. Gadaretse is from Stetson. He was all-tournament there, and he scores again.
Not known as a low-post scorer, more of a lob threat, a diver off the screen. Nice footwork, though, to create an advantage.
Both these teams are really deep. Boise State will play 11. Utah State should play 10. Meadow, corner 3, contested. And he had a big right in front of him. That was Tucker Anderson at 6'9".
But again, quick decisions on the catch, whether it's a swing by Degenhart or a catch and shoot from Meadow. That's how you beat a zone.
There are 5 players at the table waiting to check in. Martinez rises for 3. Lockett with the rebound. Broncos, when they get a chance, will run. Lockett doing just that. Blocked. Anderson. Utah State on the move. Falsleva 3.
Nobody picks him up in transition.
Crowd in a frenzy right now. Again, very unique zone. It's a zone-man hybrid. Good ball movement. Degenhart straight on 3. He got that one too. This is not something Boise State has done much at all this year, and that's shoot the 3 and shoot it well. They are 3 for 3 to start this game.
Terrific sign. 2 of them from Degenhart, who's shooting a career low from the 3-point line. Shot 43% as a freshman.
Oh, the lob. Gadaretse from Martinez. This is a fun start to this game. High-level stuff in the Mountain West. Degenhart again. Got it!
We talk quick decisions. There should be no hesitation from Degenhart on the next catch.
Leon Rice told us today in practice, we are ready to bust out with 3s, and we both said, yeah, right. Anderson, they had struggled under 30%. Albury, that's a 3. It's 16-14, Utah State. We haven't had a whistle, so no stoppage after 16. We've gone 2 minutes past the under 16 timeout.
Both teams absolutely on fire from beyond the arc.
Meadow lost his dribble. There are now 6 players waiting at the table, and they've been there for almost 10 minutes. And that's a shot clock violation, and finally a whistle, and finally a timeout. What a start from number 25 Utah State and 4-1 Boise State. And the 10,270 that are here to watch it. Utah State just 1 loss to UC San Diego. And while that was an upset, it wasn't a huge upset. UC San Diego's number 43 in the net. They're good, but they did win on this home floor. For Boise State at 12-4, their best win, Clemson, and of course, they were sailing undefeated in the Mountain West till they ran into San Diego State on Boise's home floor, and the Aztecs beat them.
Well, this is Mountain West has historically been a league that you expect San Diego State to challenge for the title. Boise State has been there a number of times. Utah State has challenged a number of times. But there has never been a runaway winner outside of the year with Malachi Flynn in that group at San Diego State, where they created separation early and kept putting their foot on the gas. I expect this Mountain West race to go to the last weekend of the season again.
As we told you, Boise State had struggled from 3. They were under 30% on the season in 16 games coming in, and they have come out and ripped off 4 of 4. Utah State is the terrific offense in the Mountain West. 83 points a game, 49 from the field, and 34% from three. So no surprise that they're off to a good start, and that's a great sign. Boise State still kind of waiting with 8 new players. We talked about the youth in the starting lineup, 2 sophomores and a freshman. They're still waiting for things to kind of kick in.
Waiting to break out of a shooting slump from beyond the arc. That hasn't impacted him from scoring nearly 18 points a game, but if he gets going like this in conference play, look out. Pick and pop 4 who can shoot it easily a step or 2 beyond the 3-point line. A great start for Tyson Degenhardt.
All right, all those players, 6 of them that were waiting to check in, are all in the game. R.J. Keene, Julian Bowie for Boise State, along with Omar Stanley in the game, and Javen Buchanan as well. So 4 fresh Broncos, along with Degenhardt. This is Templin out high, and he bangs one off the glass from straight on. Carson Templin's had a really good start to his season. He's playing more and more minutes for Utah State. Jordy Barnes, the guy you'll see off the bench right now. Drake Allen is in for the Aggies. Nice pass in low. Keene got caught in deep. 10 to shoot. It stays Bronco ball.
That's one of those opportunities, though, I talked about. On the catch, you've got to be ready to make a play. Keene could have caught it and exploded on the catch into a finish. Instead, puts the ball on the deck, allowing the defense to converge.
You heard the crowd reaction. The officials conferred. And you see that Boise State colored shoe that kicked it. I believe that was the shoe of R.J. Keene. That's a nifty move, but no finish there by Falslev. Very athletic and explosive guard for Utah State.
He had a couple dunks a season ago that were pretty darn impressive, over the top of guys and ones. He's a tremendous athlete. Could have played football at a number of different schools. Decided he wanted to play basketball.
Buchanan driving, got some space, steps through and scores, and he goes to the line. Javen Buchanan making the jump from NAIA Indiana Wesleyan has done it quite well. He's been playing outstanding basketball, averaging 11 a game.
Well, a lot of times when the ball gets dribbled into the paint, Utah State will converge and trap or double. That time, Allen left alone on an island against the much bigger Buchanan, who was able to step through, create contact, knock it down, and get to the line.
Can't complete the three-point play, all tied at 16. Drake Allen, shoulder injury, knocked him out for a bit, but he can run the point. You got a lot of guys who can run the point on this team. Anderson, that looked like a foul in the cylinder. I think the Broncos may have gotten away with one.
I agree. Looked like he got fouled, but the Bronco bench asking for a flop.
And Bowie comes out and drills one. Julian Bowie's got 5. See the three-point shooting now. The Broncos are 5 of 5. False left. And Buchanan blocked his shot. And a timeout on the floor. Boise State on the road. Historically, Leon Rice in this conference, they've had success on the road. They'd love a win here. It would be a quad 1 win against number 25, Utah State.
Well, they're a program that has been built on the defensive end of the floor. They've got a couple games in the non-conference they wish they could get back. They do have a good win against Clemson, but again, defensively is where they kind of hang their hat. This season in Ken Palm Analytics, 69th in efficiency, but over the last 3 years, they're only one of 9 teams that have been in the top 30 in that category.
Now, quad 1 and 2 designation will fluctuate as teams go through the season, but this is really impressive for Utah State. You see Boise State getting an opportunity tonight. Utah State is 6-1 in quad 1 and 2 games, and they ripped off 3 really impressive wins on the road. At St. Mary's, that's hard. At San Diego State, that's hard. at Nevada, which may not be as hard this year, but it's still impressive. They also beat Iowa, beat St. Bonaventure, and beat North Texas on neutral floors. All three of those are really good wins.
Yeah, anybody that follows the Mountain West knows how difficult it is to win at Viejas and San Diego State, but that St. Mary's win, I think, is going to become a bigger win as the season goes on. Very few teams go into McKeon Pavilion in Moraga and come out with a victory.
If you're just joining us, I hope your bandwidth is great. It is a whiteout game for the fans here, and this is a great group of fans. They fill this place all the time. Over 10,000 on hand here. They stay on their feet. They serenade the visiting players as they come onto the floor. Very original group as far as the student section here. The Herd. And so far, Boise State has handled the crowd and handled the moment, and they've done it with three-point shooting. Turnover, and they got it back. Remember, shot clock's down. It sits at 5. Allen takes a look. Allen forces a three. Oh! How about that? I mean, the threes are just raining and dropping here. 5 of 5 is Boise State. 3 of 6 is Utah State. And we're all tied at 19. Stanley slips through and gets bumped on his way to the bucket.
We get another look at Allen with the shot clock winding down. Didn't recognize it at first until Martinez hollers at him. I guess it doesn't matter if it's a shot or a throw, but goes in for 3 points.
Omar Stanley has been coming off the bench and playing starter minutes for Leon Rice. 22 minutes a game, 9.5 points per game. He has not shot it well from distance this year, and that's emblematic of a lot of their Bronco players. 4 of 21.
And that's another reason that Leon Rice really likes the upside as they hit their stride in Mountain West play. They haven't shot it well from 3. In particular, Degenhardt. Stanley's numbers aren't what they were a season ago, and then you've got the newcomers who are just getting used to playing at this level.
Degenhardt's in with Cardenas, Stanley, Buchanan, and Bowie for Boise State. In that zone, Stanley driving, Templin stopped him. Good rotation. Degenhardt corner. Bowie driving, rising, and he missed it. Ball's tipped, and it stays with Boise State. Shot clock reset to 20.
If there's one thing that's difficult to do in a zone, many times it's finish a play with a rebound. Utah State, for a team that plays exclusively zone, does a great job in that category, but with as good as Boise State is in that area themselves, they've got to really make sure they finish off possessions.
Cardenas
might have got away with a travel.
Falling away, that's a bucket. This guy would have a lot more assists on the season, and he has a ton of them, if the Broncos had shot the ball better leading up to this game.
3 games this season, double-figure assists. Was one shy of a double-double the other night against UNLV. 13 points, 9 assists with 0 turnovers.
He's got 3 assists in this one. Allen, this is a more conventional look, and he missed that one. And a foul in the lane on the rebound. It's really remarkable what Utah State has done here with a change in coaches and almost like clockwork, with Craig Smith starting it, Ryan Odom next, Danny Sprinkle last year, and they're good again this year. In fact, they're great right now at 15-1 with Jared Calhoun coming in his first year. And they've changed rosters, changed players. The culture hasn't changed. The success hasn't changed.
Well, the excitement, the interest in the program is a reason a lot of players want to come here. It's a lot of the reason coaches would want to come here, because you can have success here in Logan.
Falslev misses the free throw. Meadow comes back in.
But you got to give the administration a lot of credit as well in the hire of Craig Smith, in the hire of Ryan Odom, of Danny Sprinkle. And not a lot of West Coast fans would have been aware of the name Jared Calhoun before he took the job, and he's done a spectacular job early this season.
I'll tell you this, they weren't familiar with Craig Smith or Ryan Odom or Danny Sprinkle either, nationally. But they all came in here and they all won championships. That's a long three from Bowie, tipped back out. Falslev has it and he's fouled. Shot clock at 10. Cardenas. Dagenhart flashes, lost it, got it back. Gatorezzi rips it down.
This pace is definitely being played at Utah State's advantage.
Boise looks comfortable at this pace.
They do.
Martinez forced it. And a rebounding foul, I believe Gatorezzi was on the back of Stanley.
Boise does look comfortable at this pace tonight, but that comment's made in the generalization of Utah State wants to have this game in the mid-80s, where I think Boise State's a little more comfortable in the 70s.
We are in Logan, Utah, one of the great atmospheres in college basketball. Over 10,000, this place is packed for number 25 Utah State and 4-1 in the Mountain West, Boise State. Rich Waltz, Dan Dickow. It has been a terrific start. Great basketball, both teams shooting well. And Boise State has been bombing from three. Dagenhart can't catch that pass. The Broncos are not a good three-point shooting team, but they've opened 5 of 6 from distance. In Utah State and their first-year head coach Jared Calhoun, 9 of 18 from the field. And both teams, Dan Dickow, seem comfortable at this pace right now.
Low shot clock on the inbounds. Got to understand it.
That's the second shot clock violation for Boise State. Utah State plays a really unique zone defense, and it's been wildly successful so far this year in turning you over, and that man is the reason why. Jared Calhoun, actually that man is the reason why. That's Eric Hout, who is the defensive coordinator and assistant coach from Northern Kentucky last year. Calhoun, the head coach at Youngstown State last year, liked him so much. He loved the zone that they ran against him. He hired him to bring the zone here to Logan, Utah.
That zone, as you mentioned, brings a lot of different man principles, many zone principles. They'll trap in different areas of the floor. Cardenas has no problems with it, which is typical if you get to the ball to the middle of the floor against the zone.
Cardenas has been magnificent so far. 4 points, 3 assists, and no turnovers against this defense. Both teams are deep. Boise will go 11 deep. Utah State will go 10 deep. Cardenas, the Spaniard, in motion. Trail 3 on the way. Carmichael! They burned his red shirt last week. He played 18 minutes against UNLV. They love the freshman's three-point shooting ability. And look at Boise State, 6 of 7 from distance.
Talking to Leon Rice, he said it was only a matter of time. Well, this is a good time and place to get started.
Oh, Martinez buries a 3. And back and forth they go. Carmichael driving in traffic, and he's fouled. He walked before the contact. It's a madhouse here in Logan. Glad you're finally with us. For those of you watching on our free streaming coverage, it'll conclude after the commercial break, but we'll continue on CBS Sports Network. You can find us by going to cbssportsnetwork.com/channel finder. Great start here in Logan, 27-24, Boise State. College basketball on CBS Sports Network presented by Fresh Pets, 27-24. Welcome back to Logan. Rich Waltz along with Gonzaga All-American Dan Dickhouse. Sometimes a matchup like this doesn't live up to all the hype. Number 25 team in the country, Boise State, 4-1 coming in. Not this one. This one has started out magnificently.
Oh, both teams have been great, in particular from beyond the three-point arc. It's a little surprising, especially for Boise State. They're sitting at 6 of 7 from beyond the arc early in this game, but a lot of it's due to that man, Tyson Degenhardt. He has started off a perfect 3 of 3 from behind the arc. Those three all in the first 7.5 minutes of the game, and that's important because I think what it has done is it's given Boise State a level of confidence because they've got such a young group that they can come into a tough environment and execute.
Keys to the game brought to you by Fresh Pet. Dan Dickhouse worked on these all day long. What you got?
I did work on them all day long, and I hope I'm correct. I think I'm going to be pretty close in regards to this. For Utah State, you're going to have to force turnovers, which they have, and you're going to have to rebound extremely well. For the Broncos of Boise State, get off to a good start. They really have, and get unexpected contributors. Pearson Carmichael checks in, automatic 3. That's a great sign for Boise State.
Utah State, one of the best offensive teams in the conference, 83 points a game, 49% from the field. And they're 4 of 8 from distance, as you see. That's pretty darn good. This is a Cano, the transfer from Oregon State, and he misses. Andrew Meadow with the ball. Alvaro Cardenas, the point guard, the transfer from San Jose State. Emmanuel Ugbo in the game for the Broncos. Degenhardt going hard, blocked at the rim. That was Gadaretsi, the transfer from Stetson. False level 3, and he missed it.
Great extra effort from Allen to get an extra possession.
Acano missed it. And Ugbo with the rebound for the Broncos. Utah State's zone is really unique. It's a hybrid between a zone and man-to-man principles.
Well, they'll trap the ball in the post. They'll trap in the corners. They'll occasionally trap a ball screen if you try to attack it in that way. But they do a good job of talking and being committed to whatever the defensive rotation is.
Carmichael got flattened, or at least fell over after the 3, and he missed it. Utah State down 3. Cano going strong. This guy can score. Dexter Acano, Southern California kid, started at Marquette, then to Oregon State, now at Utah State's 1-point game. A whiteout in Logan. Boise State on the road. Traditionally, the last few years of this conference, they've won games on the road. New Mexico with a nice win today, beating San Diego State, climbing to 6-0. Richard Pitino's club is really good right now at 14-3, but you see these two teams, Utah State undefeated, and just one loss for Boise State. Bowie up the floor, Buchanan bumped, no whistle. And Stanley stuffs it right back in. It's good offensive rebounding and a second chance bucket for the Broncos.
Terrific attack by Bowie. When you get pressured in the backcourt, attack their pressure with your pressure on the offensive end of the floor, and then Stanley doing what he does best, being active on the glass.
This great three-point shooting, 6 of 8 is Boise State. It's kind of taken this crowd out of the game, at least for now. And that's hard to do here in Logan. Falslev, back cut, nice. Albury.
Terrific back cut from Albury, but a find from Falslev. He may not have been able to make that play a season ago. Jared Calhoun has really worked with these guys. Instead of making plays out of sets, make basketball plays.
Cardenas, that's a three, and he hits it. The Spaniard off to a good start here. He's got 7 to go with 4 assists and no turnovers. Boy, the three-point shooting by Boise State is incredible right now. They're 7 of 9.
They only average 6.5 made threes per game on the season. If you're Utah State, you're wondering, can this keep up?
The Broncos came in under 30% from distance. Aubrey driving, and he is bumped. Some good guards in the house tonight.
Aubrey, the recognition of a backcourt leads to an easy finish, but Cardenas, the senior from Spain, has an answer of his own from deep beyond the three-point line to keep Boise State on top.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food. By Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. And by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
That's last year's regular season title. Last 6 years of Utah State hoop. 5 NCAA tournaments, 2 conference titles in the regular season, 2 tournament titles as well. Just an incredible run. And again this year, the Mountain West, really good. You got 5 teams in the top 70. Utah State, San Diego State, Boise State. Nevada is actually in front of New Mexico in the net at 63-69.
San Diego State, due to their metrics, is a little surprising in regards to the net. If you just were to look at their conference record, Utah State off to a terrific start in conference play, as we've talked about. I think Boise State has some ground to make up, seeing that they've lost at home already to San Diego State, and they've got a lot of road opportunities ahead of them.
You might want to put a little footnote in there and note that the Atlantic Sun is having a great year here in Logan. 3 key transfers from the Atlantic Sun Conference. Gadaretse, Tucker Anderson, and the guy that just hit the free throw, Dayton Albury, all came from that conference, and they all have fit right into this culture and the tradition of winning over the last 6 years. Corner 3, Bowie off the iron. That's Lockett with the rebound, and down he goes, and he draws the foul.
That might have been the most open three-point look Boise State has got up till now. Bowie unable to knock it down, but a terrific job flying in from the weak side.
Leon Rice, before the game and during the timeouts, has been serenaded by this crowd. Last year, it was his son, Max, that drew most of the ire of this crowd. Max on his way to Australia to play professionally. Good catch there by Bowie. This is Lockett. He's a redshirt freshman, and he's trapped in trouble. Corner 3, and he bails himself out. He looked like he was dead for rights in the corner with the shot clock at 3. Boise State is 8 of 11 from distance.
Breaking out of a season-long shooting slump from the three-point line in a big way. Lockett's got that ability to create a shot with the defender in his space.
Lockett blowing up a screen, picks up the foul.
Good initial defense from Martinez to knock it away. And the shot clock winding down. Lockett has no choice to raise up from deep in the corner.
This is a young Boise State starting lineup. Lockett's a redshirt freshman. Andrew Meadow, sophomore. Dylan Anderson, sophomore. They bring freshmen off the bench. Carmichael's hit a 3. We've seen Bowie as well playing. So they're young in some spots, but they're still deep. Good look there, and a huge dunk by Carson Templin. And the find was by Jordy Barnes, a freshman passing to another sophomore.
The patience and the awareness on the catch from Templin to let the defense fly by led to that thunderous dunk which got this crowd right back into it.
Utah State zone has been really successful this year. Degenhardt, another three. This one's coming up short. Stanley with the rebound. Cardenas trying to penetrate. Good job by Barnes to cut him off. Corner three again. Rocket missed that one. Acano back in the backcourt for Utah State. Martinez, that was an ambitious three. May have rushed that one, although Utah State, they've hit 4 threes.
What a pass from Barnes.
And Templin has just really exploded. 18 points in the win over Fresno State, 10 for the road win at San Jose State.
Well, it's one of those things as well from Templin is you get through your freshman year, you understand the physicality and the work ethic it takes to be successful. Put in a good summer of work and it'll pay off for you. That's what it's doing in his sophomore year.
Degenhardt a miss. Martinez in transition. This is an up-tempo team. Templin wants the three and misses it. It was halfway down and came back out. Minute and a half left in a very entertaining first half here in Logan, Utah. Carmichael, nicknamed Peanut. First game against UNLV. 18 minutes, 8 points. Has a three here. Degenhardt another three. He's got 12 in this game, and 4 have been threes.
I like what Boise State did against the zone that time. Set a high ball screen, get that second topside guard to commit to the ball handler, and if the weak side's late to find the lifted guy, which they were there, it's going to lead to an open three, which Degenhardt knocked down.
Final minute, first half. Barnes, the best passer of the guards for Utah State. Shot clock's down. Templin. Oh, quick catch and release. Nice bucket for Utah State. And a 4-point lead for the Broncos, who are miserable shooting from three coming into this game. Under 30%. They are 9 of 15 in this first half.
Utah State's got a couple fouls to give. They want to.
There's the first that they give. Brett Stover, Wally Zerbiak, Roy Hibbert, Gary Parrish, all standing by in New York. Get you up to speed on all the great games, big moments, comebacks in college basketball today. It's coming up AT&T at the half. So another foul to give, Dan Dickow. When do you give it? Right away? You wait a couple seconds?
Well, give them probably 2-3 seconds, but definitely make sure you do not foul in the shooting motion. We'll go about 2 seconds or so off the clock. Now you've got the ability on the catch to play it straight.
Jared Calhoun, in his first season, 7 years at Youngstown State. It's hard to win basketball games there, and he did that. 24-10 and 22-10 his last two. Final seconds. No more fouls to give. Cardenas against the youngster. Trying to find Degenhardt. It's tipped, I believe. The clock has expired. And that's it. First half ends. Boise State didn't get a shot at it. But man, did they play a whale of a first half. The Broncos 14 of 26 from the field. 9 of 15 from three. Tyson Degenhardt has come out on fire. And the Broncos on the road against number 25 Utah State. A 4-point lead. On to New York after these messages. College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pets. College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pets. Halftime in Logan. Take a bow, ladies. This is a terrific college basketball game. In the Mountain West, Boise State a 4-point lead over the number 25 team in the country, Utah State. Rich Schwartz, along with Gonzaga All-American Dan Dickow. Boise State had been miserable from three all year long. Leon Rice told us before the game, I think we're going to break out.
Man, did they ever.
Yeah, they broke out at the right time in a big way, in a big matchup. 9 of 15 from beyond the arc in the first half. And the thing I like about it is it came in a number of different ways. Drive, kick to an open shooter. Swing along the perimeter. Pick and rolls, put the defense in rotation, move it to the next guy, hands and feet ready to catch and shoot. But for Utah State, Dayton Albury, I thought was spectacular. 11 points in that first half. Did it in a bunch of different ways. Attack the rim, finish. Catch and shoot ready, knock it down, and then opportunistic cuts when your defender turns their head. Great job by Albury in the first half.
First half stats, you see the three-point shooting. Points in the paint, though, decidedly Utah State.
Well, that's to be expected because of how on the defensive end of the floor for the Aggies, they really compact that middle with their zone. They don't let you get anything on the interior. They're going to trap the post. They're going to deny the ball to that mid post.
The other thing that jumped off that page to me, one turnover. That's it from Utah State.
Well, they're a low turnover team to begin with, but that's a little surprising simply because Boise State is so physical. You would think they would have created a couple more turnovers.
Utah State's been in that zone all night. And again, if you're just joining us, that's something that Jared Calhoun brought with him when he hired Eric Hout from Northern Kentucky, who ran that zone against Calhoun the last few years. He liked it so much when he got this job. He said, I'm going to run this in the Mountain West. And they're 15-1 coming into this game.
I think that zone's got a chance to be real successful for them this year as well because it's kind of a curveball in regards to this league. It's Cardenas.
Of course.
Yes, a huge three in front of his bench. But that zone is a curveball because when you look at the rest of the Mountain West, it seems as if everybody else plays aggressive physical man-to-man defense and they're in gaps as opposed to that zone.
Albury thought he was fouled. Lockett hits the deck but holds the ball. Stanley thought about three. Meadow was open briefly on the baseline.
Stanley gets the start here in the second half over Buchanan.
Stanley brings it back out. Broncos are 10 of 16 from three. Lockett thought about it, driving, floater, and he missed it. Follow missed it. Follow missed it. Tip missed it. And a foul in that sequence.
I know Lockett missed the runner right there, but that's such an important shot for a scorer is when you can't quite get all the way to the rim to be able to get that shot over the converging defense. Now, he had two more chances on a follow tip, but Meadow with the haircut kept it alive.
For those of you just joining us, that is Andrew Meadow, who with his goggles and his flowing hair has had a lot of people comparing him to, well, like the Hanson brothers from the Slapshot movie. He got a haircut, and he walked into the arena today without his glasses on, and a lot of people were like, hey, who's the new guy?
Us included. He kind of looks like a young Kurt Rambis right now.
And you were so impressed, Dan, that you went and got a haircut like 3 hours before tip-off.
I did. Boneyard Barbershop here in Logan. They do a great job if you're ever in Logan.
There's Meadow on cue with the steal. This is the biggest lead for Boise State, 43-34. And undoubtedly one of their best offensive performances of the year.
I like the patience Boise State has in attacking the zone here in the second half.
Degenhardt against Falslev. That's a mismatch in size, and Degenhardt forces the foul.
That's a tough ask of Falslev to guard Degenhardt in that mid-post area. They isolate him, give him space to go one-on-one.
Degenhardt, 82%. This is a great free throw shooting team. Boise State at 78% in the season.
Top 20 in the nation, but it's also important because they make almost 18 a game, so they get there a lot.
Tomorrow morning, 9 Eastern, get up with your favorite crew. We'll get you the latest news and analysis ahead of Wild Card Sunday, that other pregame show here on CBS Sports Network. In the Mountain West in Logan, Utah, Rich Waltz along with Dan Dickow. Boise State has been incredible tonight. 15 of 30 from the field, 10 of 16 from 3.
A 7-0 start to begin this second half. Exactly what Boise State needed to settle this crowd down a little bit.
But fear not if you're a Utah State fan. They've had some incredible comebacks. Though a turnover there. Cardenas racing down the field, sweeps it up off the glass, beats the defenders, and the Spaniard screams at half court. And Boise State has opened up a can of a big lead here in the second half. The Broncos on the move, on the road, and on top, 47-34. Boise State a 9-0 start to the second half. They lead it here in Logan. Please join CBS in helping those affected by the California wildfires. Your donation enables the Red Cross to provide shelter, meals, and relief items to help people recover from these disasters. You can donate in 3 different ways. You can go to redcross.org/CBS. You can call 1-800-RED-CROSS, or you can text the word Red Cross to 90999. Red Cross, text it to 9099 to make a $10 donation. Thank you. Biggest lead of the ball game for Boise State. But Utah State has come from behind this year in dramatic fashion. They were down 18 on the road at San Diego State and came back and won that game. And Albury gets to the rim, gets the bucket, and gets to the line.
They needed that in the worst way. Great draw up of a play out of the timeout from Jared Calhoun. Ghost screen by Martinez, puts the defense in a little confusion. Albury turns the corner, draws contact at the line.
That's where they got almost all their early points in the first half, was this guy. The transfer from Queens University. He was the Atlantic Sun Newcomer of the Year. 17 a game, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists. It's almost like Jared Calhoun, when he looked in the portal, said, I'm going to check out the Atlantic Sun. He got Albury, he got Anderson, and he got Gattaretzi. All 3 starters, all 3 good.
The Mountain West, the guys they got in addition to the guys they kept, talk about experience. A combined 295 starts spread out over 10 players. One of the most experienced groups in all of college basketball.
You see the rebounding. The Broncos are the best in the Mountain West at rebounding. Look at Stanley get by, and he's fouled from behind. That was Carson Templin who got him.
Well, they're attacking from the mid-post. That time, Cardenas, a nice baseline cut that drew the defender on the bottom away from where he could potentially help Templin on Stanley. Templin wanted a hook on the offensive foul call, didn't get it. Stanley at the line.
With the arrival of Pearson Carmichael, suddenly Leon Rice had a problem, and that is he's been playing 10, and now he'd have to play 11. And he said, man, I don't know if I could do that. And he was watching television. He saw Nate Oates talking about, yeah, I'm playing 11 right now, and it's great. And Leon Rice said, well, heck, I'm in. And he's played 11 tonight, and it's gone quite well. Albury driving, kicks back. Cano's back in. This is Martinez rising and scoring. It's a 3.
Big shot. They needed that, as did Martinez, second leading scorer on the season. But back to Boise State playing 11 players. You know, that's another way to keep the locker room happy. Sometimes if you play 8 or sometimes 9, the guys that are 10 and 11 that feel they should be playing can get frustrated.
And the key is 10 and 11 contributing, and they've done it tonight for sure. And that's Templin again picking up another foul.
It was late in the rotation to guard the pick and roll. Runs directly into Cardenas. This crowd doesn't like it. That's a good call. If you're defending a screen, whether it's man or zone, you're taught to be early.
That was Templin's second. That one bounced between the legs of the redshirt freshman, Chris Lockett Jr. Utah State has won the turnover battle. Leon Rice and Boise State have won the rebounding battle.
And Boise undefeated on the season when they win the glass. As mentioned, with Utah State playing so much zone, at times it can be difficult to rebound out of it, but they really make it a focus.
Albury is really attacking the rim right now. Got the ball back. Martinez, good catch and drive. Dagan hard. I think it was either Lockett or Cardenas that swiped it away. Now it's Cardenas in the middle of that zone against Templin. Feeds Buchanan. It's a block. Templin's picked up 3 fouls in about 2 minutes. Secondary defender looked like he was in the circle. Not a popular call here in Logan, Utah. Terrific game here tonight, and a 9-point lead for Boise State. College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet. 49-40, Boise State on the road over number 25, Utah State. Speaking of Utah State, they'll be in action against UNLV on Wednesday, 11 Eastern. We've got it here on CBS Sports Network. Speaking of UNLV, they have a terrific point guard. Didon Thomas is one of our favorite players. Dan Dickow, and he's on the top of your Mountain West mountain.
Well, it's a deep league in regards to good players this year. Degenhart continues to play like he has tonight. Boise contends for a title. It could be him. Falsliv, he has put together a terrific sophomore year. Thomas, as we mentioned, one of the best point guards in the country. Donovan Dent, as electrifying in the open court and as good a passer as you're going to find, who can also score it. And Miles Bird, what a jump. We always talk about growth from freshman to sophomore year. Miles Bird has made a big-time one for Brian Dutcher. He was the difference maker in San Diego State winning on the road at Boise a week or so ago.
Speaking of making a jump, this guy's made the jump from NAIA into the Mountain West, a conference that sent 6 to the NCAA tournament last year. And he really hasn't blinked. Buchanan's been terrific. Javen out of Lafayette, Indiana, played for Indiana Wesleyan. Leon Rice liked his game when he jumped in the portal. He had a dozen against UNLV. He's one of their better three-point shooters. Misses that free throw. Templin's still in there with 3 fouls, has the rebound. 10-point game. A little over 4 minutes gone, second half. Cross left feeds. Templin, double comes. Albury rising. Not that time. Tipped out, tipped up, and out of bounds. It's going back to Utah State.
That's a mistake on Lockett's part, though. He pointed at the official and going the other direction. If it's 50-50, you go grab that basketball. Loose ball. Buchanan clearly pokes it. Lockett wasn't quite sure. I think he had a chance to grab it.
I think he was afraid. Oh, wait a minute.
That might have been off Falsliv.
That's why he was pointing the other way, Dan Dickow.
Yeah, that being said, you still go grab that ball.
There's a foul down low. I wouldn't mind another peek at that. Here it is. Terrific work in the truck here.
Yeah.
Looks like Falsliv was the last to touch it. You can't replay that or review that. And there's Dickow ready to take the charge.
Take a charge? Are you kidding me?
How many did you take in your NBA career?
In the NBA, probably 2.
Single digits?
Yes. In college, maybe 1. See, there's a trade-off. If you can score it, you know, maybe you get away with being late on a rotation now and then.
You get a little cachet with your head coach. Drake Allen, free throw, and he misses it. So a break, certainly for Utah State. And then the aftermath is a foul with Allen at the line. Graduate transfer who's made every stop almost possible in this state to play basketball. Snow College, Utah Tech, Utah Valley, Utah State. And he's going to run out of eligibility before he can get to Utah or BYU.
He brings a lot to the table for them.
Yes, he does.
Not their point guard, but leads them in assists on the season. Got a really good feel for the game.
Got some good bounce. 9-point lead. Boise State with the lead and the ball. Nice give back. Keno cut Meadow off. Buchanan, Cardenas, Bowie, ball fake. Shot is up and good. And another three. An extraordinary night for Boise State from distance. They are 11 of 17. And an answer. Falslev. Boy, how do you beat a team like Boise State who's going 11 of 17 from three? It doesn't look like they're slowing down.
Oh, they're doing a great job spacing the floor and then shooting with confidence quickly. Too many times against the zone, you're confused. Is it a 1-1-3? Is it a 2-3? Or is it a matchup? And worrying about that as opposed to, if I'm open, make a basketball play.
Late clock, Cardenas hoists the three. Meadow retrieves the rebound.
And that's one area that Utah State's got to shore up. Their only loss this season against UC San Diego is when they got beat on the glass.
UC San Diego's good. They're number 43 in the net. Degenhardt got whacked in the face. And Utah State has the basketball down by 10. Lots of time left. Cano is a strong guard, and he scores. He can get in the paint and cause problems. He's got 2 buckets in this game. Meadow in a crowd. Numbers if they want it. Martinez, Falslev, bucket, foul, free throw coming. Boise State calls a timeout. Utah State's signs of life. Down 13, now down 6. Doesn't get much better than this. 10,270 in the house. This is a notoriously tough place to play on the road. They are loud. They get after you. And Utah State with a nice run. Down 13. They've melted the lead down to 6. And with a free throw, Mason Falslev can draw them within 5.
Well, one thing you know is that with the energy that this crowd gives to this team, they're going to make a run at some point. And right now, Mason Falslev, the last few possessions, has been attacking the rim. Good finish on the first, followed by another finish through contact.
Falslev at the line. This guy is a really interesting player. He's 23, a sophomore. Took an LDS mission to Brazil, redshirted a year. And he misses the free throw. He could have played high-level college football, but wanted to play hoop, wanted to play for Utah State.
Well, he brings that aggressiveness and the physical presence to the basketball court. He is not shy in attacking the rim.
Missed the three. Buchanan high up to get the rebound. Utah State has shot 51% from the field. Boise State has shot 61% from 3. Buchanan. And a foul, I believe, on the drive. And maybe Aubin Gadaretse. He's from Stetson, Anderson from Central Arkansas, Albury from Queens University. That's the amazing thing with these 6 years of Utah State basketball. 5 NCAA tournaments. This is their 4th coach in that span. And all they've done is keep their culture, keep winning. And they're 15-1 this year, and Degenhardt gets in and finishes 16 for the rock of this Boise State team.
Tough finish. Gatarazzi, 7'1". Excuse me, 7 foot. What's the difference with 1 inch when you're that big and a rim protector?
I think Meadow's going to get called for a hold on the cut to the bucket. It seems like we've played 20 minutes already in the second half, but we've only played less than 8. He does so many things well. I mean, he's like a glue guy who is almost going to get you a double-double because he's just such a well-rounded player.
Well, he's a competitor, he's a winner, and you're right. I mean, very rarely does your leading scorer, your best player, continuously do the little things that matter to winning in regards to rotations and work on the glass.
Here come the Aggies. Another 3. Acano. There's the run. And there's a bucket. Buchanan.
This crowd erupted after that last 3. Utah State get a couple stops and a bucket, maybe pull to within 1 possession or tie it. This roof is going to explode.
Martinez fouled before the shot. Both benches contributing.
Dexter Acano, don't leave him open, otherwise he is going to make you pay from beyond the arc, such as he did there. But Javen Buchanan, zone defense doesn't affect me. We got a great one in Logan. Don't go anywhere.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet. The Mountain West Conference sent 6 teams to the NCAA tournament last year. These 2 teams look tournament ready right now. Boise State, a 13-point lead, but this run by Utah State has melted the lead.
Made 4 of their last 5 field goal attempts. A lot of it due to the wings aggressively attacking the rim. Acano attacks the paint to a mid-range floater. False slip, doing what he does best. And Acano, after the defense flies by, lets it go from beyond the arc.
Broncos have done a terrific job of keeping what is usually a very, very vociferous crowd somewhat out of the game.
That's important. They got off to a good start in both halves. This crowd is begging for another play to get them jazzed up, ready to go, and try to bring this game home for the Aggies.
Pearson Carmichael is off the bench for Boise State. You got Drake Allen on the floor. Curls off that handoff and gets to the rim and scores.
A little handoff action out of the baseline, out of bounds. When you space the floor with shooters on the opposite side, you really put that defense on a bind if you stay connected to shooters or if you rotate to cut off dribble penetration.
Degenhardt against Falslev. He's got the size advantage. Shot clock's at 6. Cardenas takes a peek, launches a 3. And it's short. Long rebound. Falslev has it. Nice pass. Oh, breaking to the bucket. 8 points for Allen. The lead's down to 3. That's a big shot for Boise State from the corner.
Wow, Meadow with the 3, but what a cut from Cardenas to get to the middle of that zone. It just creates so much attention. The closeout becomes late when Cardenas delivers it to the shooter, Meadow in the corner.
Acano answers. This is high-level stuff in Logan tonight. Stanley leaning, hooking, no bucket. He walked. Rare turnover. And a 3-point Boise State lead.
Get another look at it. Comes to a quick stop. Good call from the official.
A 3 can tie after being down 13. False left, driving, kicking. Cano has been terrific, and he draws contact and again gets to the rim.
These wings of Utah State do such a good job of attacking the paint, whether it's Falslev, Allen, Akano. If you're not in a stance on your closeout, they will attack right by you, and then that puts so much foul pressure on the rotating defenders.
One of the things that Utah State has done this year with the arrival of Jared Calhoun, and I know Akano was at Oregon State, he's turned some players into a positive assist-to-turnover ratio. And that includes Ian Martinez, who his entire career has been a negative assist-to-turnover guy. He is a 52 assist to 28 turnover guy. That's a huge turnaround for Akano, for Martinez, and a lot of these Aggies. It's Calhoun and an official discussing.
Talking about the growth in some of those players' games, you know, for right or wrong, some coaches do their skill work to fit into what their offensive sets are going to be and where players' shots will come out of. That doesn't fit Jared Calhoun's philosophy. He teaches high IQ, read, react. What the defense does here, well, that's a mistake. We cut here. And so I think what that's done is that teaching has allowed them to react in games much differently.
That is over and back, and that's a turnover. No, hold on. I thought there was a whistle.
I thought it should have been two.
Everybody stopped. I thought I heard a whistle, but there was none.
It looked like Cardenas had both feet over half court.
There's a whistle, and there's Falsef with a foul. Utah State and the fans wanted over and back. Even Cardenas kind of stopped like, But it was play on. And it's a good thing Boise State did. Here's a look. 1, 2.
Both feet are over. That should clearly be an over and back.
Well, that trail foot was on the line. Buchanan free throw, and he nestles it in. And the Broncos lead is at 2. Leon Rice, his 15th year. 3 consecutive NCAA tournaments for the Broncos. This win, if they get it, will go a long ways to helping them get to 4 in a row. This would be a quad 1 win in a really tough environment. Falslev, big jump stop, and he's fouled. Kind of a hippity hop.
One of the things that makes him so difficult when he attacks is a lot of players, when they feel that initial contact, they slow up. That's the exact opposite for Falslev. With his football background, it's almost like you're going through the line of scrimmage and you know you have to explode through. There, a little bit of a seam. He exploded through it at the line to shoot a pair.
So I thought he wasn't going to continue. I thought he was going to stop after the jump. What exactly do you call that? It's not quite a jump stop. It's the beginnings of it, and then he just continues on.
I mean, that kind of looked like he kind of skipped through it right there. Some people might call it a stride step, but
I like skip.
Either way, not able to convert either free throw, which could come back to haunt them in a close game.
Yeah, Utah State just 6 of 12 from the free throw line. Ton of time left, 8.5 minutes. Degenhardt, who had that really quick start, has hit 4 threes, has 16 points. Buchanan retrieves, gets to the bucket, and scores. Boy, this guy looks He doesn't look like an NAIA player. He looks like he's ready for prime time in the Mountain West. Allen, and knocked out of bounds. And it stays with Utah State. We asked him about the jump from NAIA to Mountain West. He said, hey, there were some adjustments, but he learned pretty quickly that he belonged. Templin and a foul out on the wing.
I think in this day and age of the transfer portal, as Buchanan picks up another foul, you're going to see more and more players from the NAIA or the Division II ranks come up and have success. Many times, maybe they didn't play on an AAU program that had a lot of coaches watch them in the evaluation period. Maybe they're a late bloomer. Maybe they played on a high school team in a league that wasn't very good, so your stats, aren't looked at with as much emphasis.
See the free throw shooting. Templin hits that one. Carson Templin last year was kind of invisible here. I mean, they had great Osobor and Darius Brown. He averaged 2 points and 2 rebounds a game. He's blown up. 10 points and 6 rebounds a game, averaging close to 20 minutes a game.
And their lone loss to UC San Diego, he played extremely well, 18 points.
Boise State trapped. They get out of it. Got to get it across, and they do. Degenhardt to Cardenas. Corner to Meadow. Short. Allen with the rebound. Aggies down 3. False left drives. Cardenas cuts him off. False left muscles it up. One-point game.
Degenhardt's got to get a shot here. Hasn't taken one in a few minutes.
Clock's at 5. Cardenas. It hit the rim, and I think Utah State knocked it out of bounds. The Broncos are going to get bailed out. They'll get the ball with 20 on the shot clock. Terrific game tonight in Logan.
Mason Falslev will not be denied on his attack to the rim. The spin, the footwork, the patience off the glass for 2. Boise State holds on to a 1-point lead.
64-63. Boise State in the Mountain West on the road. A 1-point lead over number 25 Utah State. Our Geico plays the game, and they're from distance.
Yeah, normally it's a single play. Tonight it's plays multiple, because Boise State has needed to break out of a shooting slump team-wide in the worst way for a while, and boy, have they ever tonight. 12 of 22 from beyond the arc. Started off with Tyson Degenhardt, 3 made threes in the first 7 minutes or so, and it's continued on from there.
Okay, look at this. They weren't even at 30% coming into this game. Leon Rice said, hey, we're a better three-point shooting team than our numbers show. And he's been preaching that for a while, and I'm sure a lot of people rolled their eyes and said, yeah, right. And sure enough, they've gone 12 of 22 in this one. Long way to go. 7-11 left. Both teams in the bonus. Boise State ball.
Nice anticipation on baseline out of bounds there from Drake Allen.
Got 2 freshmen on the floor for the Broncos. Lockett, a redshirt freshman. Bowie, a true freshman out of Pocatello. Meadow, a sophomore. Cardenas and Degenhardt, seniors. Degenhardt, a screen. Lockett. Shot clock's down. Cardenas, Degenhardt turning, sees the clock, and falling away. And that's a shot clock violation. Degenhardt wants a foul. Ball never touched the rim.
We got isolation at the top of the key with about 5 seconds on the clock. One of the main differences between college players and pros at the NBA level is understanding that 4 or 5 seconds in an isolation like that with the shot clock winding down is an eternity. You've got plenty of time to make a move, get to the rim, or one-dribble pull-up.
This is rare air in college basketball right now. Iowa State had a nail-biter, tied it, and ended up winning at Texas Tech in overtime to go to 14-1. Utah State, 15-1. And that man, Jared Calhoun, when he got the job, knew that he wanted to be different than any other Mountain West team in offense and in defense. Templin, little bunny, look at this. Utah State down 13 is all the way back and up 1. Hearts, and he's fouled, and he'll get free throws.
You've touched on Templin throughout the night, the jump he's made. That's just a simple read and react. Get in the vision and the sight of the ball handler, and then on the catch, ready straight into the finish. A lot of guys would try to dunk that or maybe put the ball on the deck where the defense could get their hands on it.
Templin's 4th personal, though. The good news last year, even though he didn't play much, is he got to play against Osibor for the entire summer and throughout the season. Degenhardt nails the free throw. All tied at 65. Buchanan off the bench for the Broncos. A lot of creative signs in that section behind where Degenhardt is shooting free throws right now.
There's a larger-than-life homemade Leon Rice baseball card.
You saw that note. Degenhardt now 6th all-time in scoring at Boise State.
Boise State showing a little zone of their own now. 1-3-1.
Allen, it's a 3, and it's good. Six minutes left. Degenhardt, corner, got it! The answer from their leader for the Broncos, 68 apiece. Allen thought about a 3. Martinez, baseline drive, bumped, no whistle. Tip out of bounds. Stays with the Aggies, 10 to shoot.
Get another look at the Drake Allen 3, a possession ago. Set this crowd on fire, but Degenhardt has the response right in front of his bench.
Ten to shoot, baseline out of bounds. Martinez. Got to go here. Does. Stops. Launches. Hits! Oh, goodness! Lockett. 3. Missed it. Buchanan with the rebound and the putback, and it's a 1-point lead for Utah State.
Came from about 25 feet away. Those are winning plays right there if you're going to go get the upset on the road.
4 Broncos now in double digits. Falslev. Allen driving. He's had some big moments here. Falslev cut off. Cardenas got a hand on the wrist of Falslev, and this looks like free throws. This dude has hit some contested threes tonight. I mean, Meadows a big guy, and he was in his face.
Terrific defense from Meadow too, but Martinez able to finish before Buchanan. His activity on the glass leads to an easy 2.
10 for Falslev. Boise has hit 13 threes. Utah State has hit 9.
Very curious if Utah State maybe picks up in a full court pressure after a free throw.
Boy, they've not helped themselves from the line. They're 9 of 16. Cardenas approaching the 4-minute mark. Cardenas cut off, whips it. A little swing to Buchanan. Driving and finish. Oh, almost finished. Ball's loose. Utah State with it.
How did that not go in?
That would have been spectacular. You see Jared Calhoun. He wants a certain set here. Albury looking to the head coach. It's a screen. Now a mismatch. Falslev against Meadow. Meadow can guard a smaller man. Allen, shot clock down. That's offensive. And that goes the other way. That's a big moment for Boise State. Under 4 timeout. In the Mountain West, number 25 Utah State and Boise State toe-to-toe. Student section atmosphere has been nuts tonight. Number 25 Utah State, a 2-point lead, 3:23 left. A quick revisit to our fresh bet keys to the game.
Well, Boise State did get off to a good start in both halves, but Utah State has absolutely climbed back into it to take a 2-point lead. Get unexpected contributions. They did, and they have, but they need more down the stretch here. Utah State needed to force turnovers. Boise State has done a tremendous job tonight of taking care of the basketball against this ever-changing zone, and then rebound the basketball for Utah State. They have done an okay, not great job. They've closed the gap a little bit here in the second half, but they're still down 7 on the night.
This is a terrific defensive play by Cardenas.
Well, it's a winning play. After a pick-and-roll switch up top where Cardenas was kind of stuck down on the low side, he makes the effort to get in position to cut off the dribble drive by Allen and take the charge. That is what wins you games on the road in conference.
Just made sure that his feet were outside the circle. Meadow pulls his way in, no whistle. Cardenas. Meadow, with 2 hands. Terrific find, and it's 72 apiece.
Big time cut, but that's the second time this half Cardenas has caught it on a flash to the middle and found a cutter along the baseline.
He's got 7 assists with his 12 points. Gadarezzi spinning, and a foul in low by Meadow, who got popped, it looked like, in the nose. Here's the find by Cardenas.
Great cut to the middle, and then an opportunity cut on the baseline when the defense doesn't locate you. I had to take a second look at the name on the back of the jersey because the long hair is gone.
Yes. But the game remains. Gadarezzi helped Stetson to their first ever NCAA tournament. He misses a free throw. Coming up next, we're back to New York. What a day, what a night in college basketball. Brent Stover and the gang. Inside college basketball here on CBS Sports Network. Two huge missed free throws. Falslev gets it back, and Gadarezzi's going to get 2 more.
Boise State dodges a bullet there after Falslev comes up with the offensive rebound, because that is a good foul by Degenhardt on Gadarazzi, who just missed 2, but Buchanan has got to block out in that situation.
Utah State 73% from the line coming in, 9 of 18 in this game. He just missed 2. And now he's missed 3, and that one he missed badly. 63% coming in. Both teams in the double bonus from here on out. You see the free throw shooting. That's a huge number for Boise State. The fact that Utah State is just 7 of 15. Goodness, he missed all 4 free throws.
And Templin at the scorer's table, he would have checked in there if Gadarazzi made that free throw. Excuse me. You got to make sure you got shooters on the floor down the stretch.
Good ball movement here. Degenhardt waiting in the corner.
Yeah, they missed him.
Buchanan going hard to the bucket and scoring. 74-72. Boise State back on top. 2:18 left. Martinez. This is Falslev. Gadarazzi's begging for it. And he spins, stripped, and it's off his leg.
What a play on the defensive end for Cardenas. They switch again. Gadarazzi rolls him down to the low block. Cardenas tries to pull the chair on the initial bump, but then is able to get his hand on the ball and knock it off Gadarazzi.
Wow. He's made 2 enormous defensive plays. And now Boise State can add to a lead. And Buchanan's going full tilt. Kicks it to Bowie. Degenhardt fought about a 3. Meadow driving, spinning, losing the ball. Falslev lost it back. Degenhardt the steal. Buchanan back to Degenhardt. Bucket. Huge turn for Boise State. Up by 4 now. A minute and a half left. And a timeout. Whoa. Wasted opportunities at the free throw line for Utah State. And Boise State has opened up a 4-point lead.
Missed free throws. Terrific defensive effort from Cardenas. Meadow could have been called for a charge. Falslev gets the loose ball, but to go behind the back in that situation is difficult. Boise State pokes it away from behind. Degenhardt gets the resulting layup.
Here's your reset. Minute and a half left. Boise State has 2 timeouts. Utah State has 1. Double bonus from here on out. Possession arrow belongs to Utah State. They have the ball, but they're down by 4. We talked about the resiliency of this Utah State team this year. Templin, with his 4 fouls, comes in for Gadarazzi, who missed the 4 free throws and then had the ball stripped by Cardenas off his leg in an empty possession.
Well, you've got 4 3-point shooters on the floor right now. I'd expect something for Falslev or Martinez.
This is Martinez. Templin wants the ball. Martinez is open. Martinez hits a 3. 1-point lead for Boise State. 14 for Ian Martinez. And a timeout by Leon Rice and Boise State. What a wonderful night of college basketball tonight in the Mountain West. In Logan, these 2 teams have been trading punches all night.
Templin draws a double team, kicks it out in a quick swing. You have to locate Martinez. He's already hit 3 on the night. You would have to imagine he's going to be a threat. Boise State late on rotation.
(76-75), Boise State on top of Utah State. Utah State was down 13 in this one. and they've come back. They've just lost the lead. They were down 18 on the road at San Diego State. And Tucker Anderson hit this late three. They were down 2 at this point. San Diego State would miss the 3, and that's a road win against a top 20 team. That doesn't happen often for Utah State. So they've had some big moments. It was their first win over a top 25 team on the road since a 74-72 win against Utah in '91.
I would expect Cardenas or Degenhart to be in the decision-making, playmaking opportunity. If you're Utah State, you have got to rebound the ball, which we've talked about throughout the night, can be difficult in a zone.
Shot clock down. Cardenas driving. Cardenas left hand, and he's fouled. And it looked like Drake Allen who got him. And Cardenas is a 74% free throw shooter.
What a luxury Leon Rice
He
has.
got him on the left hand.
Yeah.
Left arm, actually.
But what a luxury for Leon Rice to have Cardenas arrive through the transfer portal. Played big minutes at San Jose State for 3 years. Seemingly makes the right decision time and time again, but he misses the first.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, he's looking into the student section right now. I mean, there's a variety of stuff in there. He missed a couple. 1-point game. Utah State ball, 40 seconds left.
Martinez hit a 3 a second ago. Wonder if they go right back to him.
Falslev on a cut. This is Martinez. Back to Falslev. Nice move. That's Allen. One hand with the bucket. And a 1-point lead. And a foul. Nobody heard the whistle.
It's so loud in here. You couldn't hear the whistle being blown by the official.
Wow. That shoulder's feeling pretty good right now for Drake Allen.
6th game on the season in double figures. He has been big throughout the night. His ability to shoot it from beyond the three-point line, a couple made threes, but I think what's most impactful is because he's a good ball handler, he's able to get to the rim, and with his size, he can finish.
Buchanan's just fouled out. He's been outstanding off the bench for Boise State. They've played 11, and it feels like they've all played pretty darn well. And here's Allen, the graduate transfer from Utah Valley. Oh, he misses a free throw. It's a 1-point game. 30 seconds left. 1 timeout for either team left. Cardenas against Temple. Bowie driving, kicking. Cardenas got it! Big 3. 12 seconds left. 2-point lead. Timeout, Utah State. Alvaro Cardenas, the pride of Granada, Spain, the transfer from San Jose State, with an enormous 3. 9 seconds left.
Misses a pair of free throws. A possession ago, calmly steps into a 3 from straight away. What a big-time shot. Now if you're Utah State, down 2, you don't necessarily have to look for a 3. You can draw up a play to get you a 3-point opportunity, but you must make sure that your players are aware. If it's a good open look from 3, yes, take it, but we can still attack the rim in dribble penetration opportunities.
And we've seen Boise State switching defenses. They've used a half-court trapper in the second half. They fell into a zone a couple of times. And, of course, they've always been really good at their man-to-man defense.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Boise actually go in a zone just because they haven't showed a steady diet of it. The couple possessions they used it got Utah State out of their rhythm early. The last play they ran was a misdirection to get Martinez an open three-point look, but Boise did a good job taking it away on the catch.
Jared Calhoun has kind of tailored his offense to his buddy Joe Mazzulla, who's known as a pretty good offensive coach. Those two guys are very, very close. We'll see now. No timeouts for Utah State. One timeout for Boise State. Aggies down 2 with the ball. Got to get it in. Martinez, it's a 3, and he's fouled, and he hits it! Unbelievable. The foul happens. Then the ball trickled in.
Tyson Degenhart stumbled getting through that screen, runs into Martinez, and what do they call it? Spectrum magic?
This is a huge free throw here. 2-point lead. Boise State has a timeout. Cardenas up the floor. They're not going to use it. This is Bowie. Down to 3. Got to get a shot. Cardenas on the way. Oh, he missed it. And Utah State holds on. What a game! What a finish! Utah State was down 2 and didn't have a lot of time.
Good screen from Templin to free up Martinez. Knocks it down, gets fouled. What a play. Spectrum Magic is alive and well. Before Boise State's able to get the ball down the floor to the other end and not able to convert at the buzzer.
This is one of the best basketball games I've seen all year.
Absolutely.
Certainly the best game I've called, but even watching games from across the country, this was high-level stuff in the Mountain West tonight.
Both teams had their best players perform at a high level, and both teams had big plays made down the stretch. For Utah State, they happened to make the biggest one last.
Number 25, Utah State was down 13 in this one, and they come back in dramatic fashion. Back to Logan in a minute. Okay. 81-79. Utah State with an amazing finish. Ian Martinez. A 4-point play with 7 seconds left. Degenhart stumbling, caught the leg. He may have kicked the leg out. The ball stayed on the rim for an eternity. It dropped for 3. He hit the free throw. From down 2 to up 2. And Boise State misses a 3 at the buzzer. New Mexico with a big win today themselves at home against San Diego State. And with this dramatic win, the Aggies and the Lobos sit at 6-0. And Boise State is 4-2. Ian Martinez is with Dan Dickow.
Thanks, Rich. Yes, here with Ian Martinez. Maybe the biggest shot I've seen in college basketball throughout this year. 4-point play to seal it. Walk us through what that play was designed for.
Man, it was crazy, you know. We're just trying to go win it all or lose it, you know, everything on the line. And I'm thankful for Coach having that trust in me, and thinking I'm able to hit that shot. So it's all of my teammates and coaches who trusted me to make that play.
Boise State got off to a heck of a start at the second half. You guys just wouldn't quit. You end up shooting 80% from the field in the second half. What was Coach's message after that initial run by Boise?
You know, we just kind of had to respond. You know, they made their run, and now we have to forget about it and try to go on our run. You know, we had to defend home court, and we had to just be more physical. They couldn't out-toughen us. So the team did a great job just responding with that and making sure we got stops and got in transition and just trying to pound them in the paint.
Heck of a response from this crowd to keep you guys into it. And then after your shot, what's the feeling like playing here in the Spectrum?
Oh, man, one of the best environments, if not the best. You know, the fans are amazing. You know, for me, this is the best atmosphere in college basketball. It couldn't get better than this.
Congrats. Great job tonight. Best of luck the rest of the way. Rich, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Draped in the flag of his native Costa Rica. Ian Martinez with a 4-point play, and this crowd, a sellout, enjoyed it all night long. For Dan Dickow, our entire CBS Sports crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This is a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. On to New York, Brent Stover and the gang. Here in the final moments, it's Utah State 81-79.